Now, I will still be honest. Battle Network holds a. I loved the Battle Network franchise because of the fact it felt like it was the team allowed to go back to the old designs. Oh, Legends 3 being her. No, no. Okay, Omega, I don't know how much you know about the full cancellation of Legends 3, but holy shit, that actually pisses me the fuck off. Because, when Legends 3 was canceled, if I remember correctly, Capcom's Europe's cited reason was, and I quote, or at least from what I've always been told, lack of fan support. The reason why this was bullshit is during Legends 3 development, they had a contest that allowed fans to submit artwork that could be turned into characters and enemies and all this other stuff in the game, including, I believe, the character who we saw in the demo for Legends 3 was designed by a fan. There was a shit ton of artwork that was sent into them. And then they canned the project. It bothers me. I think it was Barrett, yeah. I think if I remember correctly, he was designed by a fan. I'm trying to think. There's one other thing I do want to show off before we continue on the story. I know, it sucks. It hurts so much. And it is very cruel. The fan base was very angry. If I remember correctly here, if you talk to her... No, I don't care. You're going to talk about the trans servers. Yeah, there's two different trans servers. One's a red one, doesn't let you teleport, just lets you save and report missions. And then there's the big ones that let us teleport. Alright, are you the wrong character, or do I have to progress later in the game? It might be later in the game. Yeah, no, it is kind of cruel. Like, if I'm going to be honest, of all the communities within Capcom, I'm looking for... No, it's not you. There's a character that does a specific event if you talk to her as Ale. Yeah, no, it's later in the game. If you talk to... I was talking to the right girl. I have to do it later in the game. You can change Ale's outfit color. It's just a neat little Easter egg you can do. Give me the disc! I also want to talk about Prairie here, because if you played Zero, that little plush cat is the plush cat of, I believe it's Eloette was her name, of a little Reploid girl who walked around the Resistance base. So, yeah, this is her. Yeah, it is her. I believe if you play as Vent, there is a scene where you see Seal. Not like physically see her, but she's brought up. So there are two completely different story paths, for at least when talking to certain characters. Prairie's interactions are also completely different if you're Vent. You know, I will always say Mega Man is still one of my favorite franchises and will always hold the most special places in my heart just because I grew up with it. Yeah, Ven talks to her about her big sis. And it shows a scene, I believe it was actually supposed to be either a reference to the Wheel Wars or to the fight with Omega in 03. There is another fan project. I don't even know if it's still being worked on. Let me actually check before while I am talking about this. Kind of forgot about it. Is this even still being worked on? It looks like it is. Yeah, okay, it looks like it is. Vent is more about events that took place in the past. L is more about the present, and some set for ZX Advent. Also, you're talking about the ZX prequel or ZX Zeta. I'm talking about the fan project, Rockman Steel. Rockman Steel was another fan project being done that takes place between 04 and ZX1, oh ZX, and it was the established, like it was supposed to be Steel using Model Z. They had, I think they have like a criminally small team. Like, that game has been like in a weird development, so it's still being worked on by the looks of it. Like, they're still releasing content. I don't know where the fuck it is in development. Now, I will say, Seal's sprite work for it actually is really good. Yeah, that was on their Facebook, but at least when I checked their site, it looked like they still had like they had some new stuff of like the biomerge sequence. There we go. You see, I'm checking their actual... I think I actually might have. I'm not sure. Point is, though, I will say Chrono X, though, is still being updated. I actually just checked. That actually was still. Just to be honest, more Mega Man fan projects, please. Please. The fans show this series much more love than Capcom does, because... How to say this? I love classic Mega Man. Don't get me wrong. I like the X series more, but Mega Man 11 angered me. I actually was legitimately disappointed when they announced Mega Man 11. Yes, I was disappointed because, well, we didn't need it. If I can explain, Mega Man 11 felt very unnecessary compared to, say, because at least with Mega Man's 9 and 10, they at least were like, okay, we have Robo-Enza, which eventually can be the explanation for what developed into the Maverick virus after it mixed with Zero. And then, to be honest, that was the last thing it really needed. After that, the whole sequence with Wily was just unnecessary to continue. The overgear system was not really needed. The stuff I've seen of it feels like it just completely butchers the character of Wily. Like, they didn't actually know why Wily betrayed Light. It's like, Wily betrayed Light because, well, Wily wanted to be in the spotlight, didn't get it because, well, people were more interested in Light. He didn't get the credit he felt he overly deserved. Though, if I remember correctly, he was banned from working on robotics. There was all kinds of other crazy shit. To be honest, there was a lot. Then there was also just the robot designs I didn't like. There was just so much other stuff. And I was also very disappointed because it was like Capcom had just released the X collection. It's like, you have unfinished stories you could continue. For example, to continue off of X. What the fuck happened to Axel? Star Force 4, Legends, holy shit. Legends is so infamous that on Archie Comics' Mega Man run, for the anniversary comic, at the end of each one they have what's called short circuits, which are basically little gags and all kinds of different stuff. They had one for the anniversary, which is a bunch of the different villains, characters from across the different Mega Man IPs, from Battle Network to Star Force to ZX, the original, I think it's the Ruby TV series, the old one from like the 80s or 90s. The one where Gutsman's ass comes from. God, that doesn't mean for people. I probably don't know, but you've seen it in Undertale. Ruby Spears, thank you. But they were all singing this whole thing, was going through this whole bit, but they ignored Legends until they get to the last panel, which shows the Mega Man from Mega Man Legends on the goddamn moon. They fucking acknowledge that he's stuck on the moon. So many people have given Capcom shit over him being left on the moon. In Project Cross Zone, you meet Tron Bone, and well, she's looking for rocket parts to get him off the moon when she joins the party. And like the entire time, she's talking about rocket parts to get him off the goddamn moon. And I'll be honest, Mega Man has had a rough run with TV shows. For every... They are still building that rocket. Yes, at least as of Cross Zone, they are still building that goddamn rocket. Ruby Spears is cheesy as all fuck. My issue was like when they brought in Mega Man X. That name is forbidden in this household. We are not allowed to talk about that show. Yeah, no. Fully Charged. I'm gonna pause really quick to talk about that. Fully Charged, for those unaware, was the last Mega Man TV show we had, created by, of all groups, Man of fucking Action. The people who did Ben 10 and Generator Rex, and what the fuck happened? They turned Mega Man into a Donald Trump knockoff for an episode. It's a weird fucking like, here's the thing. Ruby Rose is a weird fever dream that just isn't really good with the source material at times. I mean, look at Mega Man X coming back from the future and killing a bunch of people. But it's cheesy, it's funny, and it has its moments. Fully Charged, on the other hand, what the fuck? Captain and Mega Man. I'll be honest. Oh god, guts. And I mean, I like the Ruby Spears one for the memes. I don't like it as a series. I like it for its memes though. Cause holy shit, the Gutsman's ass meme. Oh god, if you've not seen the YouTube poop of Gutsman's ass, it is amazing. Kung Fu Gutman. It's a fucking fever dream. That and Brazilian. Okay, I have a question, Omega. Have you ever seen the Brazilian Mega Man comics? Because they're a fucking fever dream. My stream, I can talk about. X is a fucking psychopath who fucks roll. It's weird. It's fucking... Also, I want to talk about this whole stage is laid out like the first level of Mega Man X, and I love it. But, Mega Man has a weird mixed relationship with, like, external media. I will say, Archie Comics has been doing... I actually really enjoyed their run. They have a whole thing where, it's after the first Dr. Wily number, so, like, Crash Man and the rest of them. They rebuild them. And, like, they offer to try to repurpose them, but they actually begged to be shut down because, well, they made Doc Robot good. Yeah, because the other thing they do is, oh fuck, one of the saddest thing is you have Crashman and the rest of the Dr. Wily numbers begging to be shut down because of the fact it's like we are made only to kill. I should focus on playing, if I remember correctly. No, I missed something. I know there's an HP up. Demolition. Being a knockoff drill man. I also will say, if it wasn't for the fact that, like, oh my god, so much copyrighted music, I would really have liked to stream, and I still might, I'll be honest, Azure Striker Gunvolt. So that's another series I really enjoy. Okay, is it in the other area? Oh no, oh shit, oh shit. I know there's an HP, it's in the first area, okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Thank you. Also, I just noticed, sometimes when I'm dashing, I don't think I'm getting the after image. Oh no, it's because I'm rapid dashing. No, wait, no, what the fuck? No, it's only when I'm charging. That's weird. Yeah, no, I will say though, I'm kind of sad though with the Mega Man Battle Network series that we didn't get Beast or Stream. No, yeah, here it is. So I am going to need it for this upcoming boss. The Mega Man Battle Network game, it was good. I can understand being mad that they skipped important plot points from the game, but I think it's more so. I think it worked more because of the fact, from the get-go, the Mega Man Battle Network series did its own thing. Like, they used the characters and they used certain plot lines from the game. For example, Torchman setting houses on fire through stoves. A lot of people treat it that way. I always see it as the anime is basically just, or at least the original series. Access, they went in a completely their own direction. And I'll be honest, I think it was better for it. I also don't blame them for skipping Alpha, because I don't get me wrong, I love Battle Network 3, but it is overall like one of the weaker Battle Network games. Yeah, no, the I liked Alpha. Like, I love it conceptually. I think it's just it drags. I think it just Battle Network 3 drags its feet a bit too much. Still better than Battle Network 2, though. Battle Network 2, I think, really fucking drags at parts. And I... Oh, fuck. Oh. This is actually a pretty hard fight if I'm going to be honest. You can always hide himself to repair. The game that the team did not want to make. Sorry for those who don't know. The team did not want to make X6. Okay, okay, if I die... Okay, no, not if, when I... Oh, no, never mind. Okay, good, I made it. I'm gonna mute myself as this scene. Oh, that looks so good, cleaned up. With that, we have combined Mega Man Biometals Model X and Model Z, and it become Model ZX, and gained access to the Saber and a Buster. Also, the amount of death flags on Jiro the minute he was in red and came out of 0. Or at least with Model Z. As soon as he appeared in that, I'm like, oh, fuck death flags. Yeah, it is really just a sadder version of that. I find ZX in the ZX timeline in general to be just the best like time for Mega Man because of the fact I see it more as like the time of Legends. You have X and Zero. You have all these other characters that we've had for years with the Biometals. And like the name Mega Man has gone from being just a title of X and the original Mega Man to being, oh please, oh, ZX3. It was clear that the team wanted to do it. They had a setup. Capcom just like, nah. But yeah, yeah, ZX8 didn't sell well. And then there was so much shit that Capcom canceled for the Mega Man franchise. So much of it didn't actually deserve to be canceled, though. And so it's like, oh, they said, oh, ZX Advent didn't do well. No, actually, the reason why we haven't gotten any sequels since, and why we got 11, was, if I remember correctly, okay, so one of the big people behind X, Zero, Battle Network, I believe Legends, and ZX left Capcom. He was also the character designer of every Mega Man game with the exception of 11. Yeah, it was Inafune. He left Capcom. He took a lot of the team with him because a lot of them were just unhappy with the fact that their projects kept getting canceled. And they went and found Concept. Now the thing is, Concept has done has done a few games since leaving, and like for example the handhelds Mighty Gunvolt and like the crossover, the old pixelated games they handle very well, they play very well, they play classic. And Mighty, I honestly, in looking at some of the development that was going on behind the scenes and some of the stuff that was happening behind the scenes, I lean more to meddling from Deep Silver, if anything, because Deep Silver had a history of interfering with games. Look at Dead Island before that went to Dead Island 3 before it went to its development hell. And yeah, no, do people remember that was supposed to be a thing? That there was a Dead Island 3 in the works? No, not Dead Island 3, Dead Island 2? Because I think Dead Island 3 because I keep thinking Dead Island Riptide is Dead Island 2. Yeah, Dead Island exists. Deep Silver has a habit. The only game series that Deep Silver published that actively told him to fuck off, I think, was Metro. And that was because I think of Metro's origin as a Russian book. There was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that it seemed more like Deep Silver interfering, and then there was also the one bitch of a community manager who, when Infuné and the team found out what the fuck she was doing, fired her immediately. Because, there was a story that gets passed around a lot when people talk about Mighty. It's like the community manager who was talking to the backers was, like, rude and, like, she was just very rude. And, well, when Infuné and the team found out, because she's the community manager, they're not looking over her shoulder. They are trying to make the game. The other thing that went on was there was some other stuff that people blame on Infuné and the team that wasn't them. For example, when the game was released, there was a couple issues with the distribution keys. The thing is, that wasn't on them. It was on the, from my understanding, it was on the company that distributed the keys. This company has had other problems. It's not just an issue with Mighty. Overall, there was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. And, well, here's hoping things get better for them. I mean, because we could see when they did the other games they made, like Mighty Gunvolt. Fuck, I forget what the other one is called. No, I think it's Mighty Gunvolt on the 3DS. There was another one that was a release on the Switch with Gunvolt and Mighty. And Gunvolt Burst, thank you! I haven't played Gunvolt Burst. I will say I love Gunvolt, though. Gunvolt has been great. And then we also saw, because the other thing they worked on... Gunvolt 1 is a good start. Gunvolt 1 is very basic. And I agree it felt rough in places, but I think that has to do with the fact that it was a very basic game. I think that they had a good premise with the electricity mechanic, it behaved well. I think the way they handled the kudos system in the first one is utterly fucking brutal. And I think that they did it better in the second one, which they also then retroactively added to the first. Gunvolt 2 overall is just a better game. Gunvolt himself plays better, the guns work better, adding the magazine for the number of tags you get was a great fucking idea. And then you have Coben with his playstyle. Oh my god, Copen's amazing! And then you got Copen's solo game, which... Holy shit! If you've not played Copen's solo game... I don't want to spoil its ending, but its second to final boss is heartbreaking. It is like I will be honest, it is one of the most heartbreaking bosses I've seen in a while. And it legitimately pained me to fight this boss. Like, there wasn't a lot of build up to it, but like, because, like, if you know what the final boss, well, the second to final boss was before fighting it. No, it's not even gone evil by choice. It's what it is. The stuff in the background. There's so much stuff with that scene. It's just like, holy shit. This is like, especially after coming off of Gunvolt 2, it's just like, oh my god. It broke my heart.